Hello guys, and welcome to the first episode in a new Let's Play. Today we're going to be playing some Europa Universalis 4 with the Imperium Universalis mod. So it's been some time now since I played my last EU4 campaign, and the main reason is that I got sort of bored by the game, and I didn't really feel like the new DLCs that Paradox was making really sort of made a difference, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that's sort of the reason why I haven't played it for some time. Also, for those guys who wanted a new Victoria 2 campaign, I can say that I will indeed be making one of those soon as well. I did actually start a new Let's Play of that and make 5 episodes, but then I just sort of fucked it up and I basically decided not to post it because it was such a fucking failure. But that's also one of the reasons why it's been a bit too long now since my last video, so sorry about that. Like, I really need to change my upload schedule or something. Like, I think I'm gonna make it so that I upload one video every other day instead of trying to make it every day, because my studies at university are just they've started up again now, and I just don't think I have time to make enough videos. And I mean, I guess I'll just bump it up to every day again if I feel I have enough videos stored up or something like that. But yeah, that's that. Let's get into this mod and why I decided to play it. So I haven't really played many mods in EU4. I think I did one campaign a while back in the Mayu and Taxes mod, and for the record, I am indeed going to be making videos of the Mayu and Taxes 2.0 when that comes out, because that looks really interesting. To be honest, it looks a lot more interesting than any of the DLC Paradox are currently making, but let's not shit on Paradox too much. This is one of those other mods that I've been looking into. I've kept an eye on it for a while, but I feel like it's reached a point now where I feel like it's going to be a bit playable, or enjoyable to me anyways. It's been around for some time, and it's still in development. It's still sort of plagued by a bunch of bugs, and I don't think it's too stable. And well, I haven't played too much of it though, so I don't really know how bad it is. But one thing you can notice is that, like, Pompeii has no ideas for some reason. I don't know why. If you try and play as them and then click on the ideas tab, then the game crashes. So, and sometimes when you load into the game, the HRE button is in the corner. If you click on that, the game crashes. So it might take a couple of restarts before we get a version of the game, if you want, that we can actually play. But that's fine. That's not a big deal. Well, I mean, it is a problem, obviously, but you know, it's fine because this mod adds so much new cool shit. It adds a bunch of, you know, unique systems and stuff like that. You know, there's food now that you have to buy and shit, or, you know, produce in order to feed your people and your army. There is like different army types, not based on technology, and a bunch of stuff that we'll get into once we actually get into the game. But you know, the obvious thing is that obviously it is the ancient period. We are in the year 1905, ab urbe condita, which is the year 559 BC. I think the reason they did the whole ab urbe condita thing is that I don't think EU4 can handle dates that are BC and then go to year 0 and then go up again. So I think they did this in order to avoid that, but I can't guarantee that. That's just what I assume. So it contains, you know, the ancient world in the, well, what we Europeans, I guess, think of as the ancient world, and presumably Americans as well, or Americans of European descent or whatever. So we get, you know, ancient Greece here. I mean, this is really ancient Greece. I mean, this is like, Athens is not even a republic at this point. Although I don't know if that's actually a bug or if that's history. I actually had, yeah, it's exactly now a year since I had my exams in ancient history, or exam, I should say. So I've already forgotten about it, and yeah. I guess I didn't learn that much about Athens specifically. But we also got India, and we got China, and, you know, the Middle East. I think, I don't know, it feels like it anyways, that some of these areas over here are not quite as well sort of developed yet. You can see the provinces are really, really big compared to the absolutely tiny provinces that you get in, you know, Anatolia and Greece and stuff like that, Egypt as well. So I think we're going to focus our playing on in the Mediterranean, or in, you know, Europe as it is. I think that'll be a decent plan. Because one of the main reasons that I wanted to play this mod at this point specifically is because now there is custom sprites in the game. So your units actually look like hoplites, and you know, the Celts look like barbarians and shit. You can see that they are modded and not like professionally made, but it really helps with the immersion in this mod, and I feel like that's something this mod really needed before I was really willing to play it. So yeah, you know, obviously the game has, you know, a bunch of different religions. We got the Illyrians, the Greeks in the Olympoi faith, and we've got a bunch of faiths that I haven't even heard about, but you know, that you just sort of assume had to exist, like the Canaanites, the Matar Kubilia, and the Zoroastrians are around though. They were around back here, and of course the Jews are still around. Islam is not a thing yet, so we got the Arabic pagan faith hanging out in Arabia, which is, I don't know, probably just a name. Like the Arabs used to believe in a bunch of shit, so it's probably just a generic name for that. It's a bit like animism, I guess. We got the Punic faith, but yeah, I'm not gonna show everything in the world. I think we'll look at what is going on when we actually get into the game a bit. And the nation we are going to be playing in this Let's Play, well, you already know it because you've read the title, and that is Massalia. So Masalia is a Greek city-state located on the southern coast of what today is France. Massalia is the modern-day city of Marseille? Marseille? I don't know, something like that. Second biggest, largest city in France, so that's pretty cool. But back in the day, it was a Greek polis, or a city-state, in an oligarchy, more specifically. We got unique ideas, we got Massalian ideas. I guess we'll look into those more when we get into the game. And yeah, I think we're just going to jump in. I don't think I have much more to say on the title screen. I mean, I probably did, but these title screens are always a bit of a rant when I start a Let's Play. I can't help myself. That's what happens when you're lazy and you can't be bothered to prepare properly. Anyways, I think we're going to do normal mode because, as I said, the game is not entirely finished, or the mod I should say, and I don't want to accidentally end up in a position where Pompeii just breaks the game for some reason, because like they still don't have any ideas for some reason. They just don't have any ideas. Like, you go to any other nation and they have Samnite ideas, for example, but not these guys. They never got ideas. No one knows. Maybe the volcano erupted back in this day as well, and for some reason the only thing the volcano destroyed were their ideas. I don't know, that would be the I don't know, roleplay reason for the fact that they don't have ideas. But yeah, look at this! Look at this! There's actual hoplites. I mean, you can see they're looking sort of derpy, but that's so cool that they've actually modded that into the game. You can see the Celts, or the Gauls up here. Are these Gauls actually? Yeah, they're Gauls. They're Gaulish. They look like, you know, proper barbarian people. I don't know if the Romans have unique sprites. Like, I don't know if they look like actual legionaries. Yeah, I haven't played much of this mod. I played like 2 years. You might have seen by the continue button, just to test the game out. And this is fucking hard. Like, in that test game, I got fucking butt fucked by the Vedenazi. So hopefully that does not happen again. But I want to check one thing though. And I checked it, and I think we might actually want to restart. It's kind of a dumb thing to do here, but yeah, I'm not gonna start my recording over again. But I'm just gonna cut until we get these guys with neutral attitude, because I know if they have that, you can eventually ally them. And having these guys as an ally is really fucking useful. Even if it was not enough in my test game to help me defeat these guys, it will be necessary, I think, because well, I'm going to get into why having allies with the barbarians is going to be important when we actually get a game where these guys are not my rivals. Or who knows, maybe it was like a 1 in 1,000 chance that they would be neutral towards me, and I just happened to get that one time. So let's restart the game a couple of times and see what happens. Alright, so it actually just took one restart, and now the Salvui, I think, are neutral towards us. So hopefully we can make friends with the filthy barbarians. Gonna make friends with the French, or the Gauls, I guess. So we're gonna go improve relations there. We're gonna try and get a marriage with them, And yeah, we're gonna hope that that helps us mess up these guys, because that would be fun. Let's see, who exactly are you a rival of? Yeah, he did rival this guy. I think we will boost our chances a bit by rivaling him as well. Also, one thing I didn't mention in the beginning here, I have seen parts of a couple of Let's Plays in an effort to try and learn a bit about this mod, and I think the current start date here is a bit new, because I feel like the majority of Let's Plays I've seen have started in 453, I think, in whatever the name of the dating system was. I don't remember. So I'm not sure how new this is, but it is indeed a thing. Like this, I think it was called the Cyrus the Great start. So the Persians are yeah, Cyrus the Great. Oh holy shit, 666. Like he's so good. He's got an epic, you know, strength from the devil or something. I don't know. Yeah, so Persia is a thing. And there might be some events or something that make the Persian Empire happen. I don't know. We're far away enough from that, to where I don't think it's super scary. I think. I don't know. I guess we'll keep an eye on it and see if the Persian Empire becomes a thing. It would be interesting to see. So that's the thing. Yeah, this is, as I said, this is really ancient history. It's really far BC. I think, God, I did read the Wikipedia article of Massalia yesterday, but I've of course already forgotten most of it. But I think the city at this point is only like between like 50 and 100 years old. So it's not, it was relatively recently founded. The city that founded us, if I remember my history correct, was these guys, which is why we have an alliance with them. Which is also, I guess, if you look on the culture map mode, you can see that these guys have the... actually, no, these guys have Iolic culture. Actually, no, these guys... Ionic. Wait, hold on. What culture are you then? You are no culture. Okay, that's a bug. Is that a bug that... No? Okay, well, there you go. Fuck. Is that a common bug? I am really afraid... No, it doesn't look like that's a common bug. I think I just stumbled upon another silly broken game. Yeah, as I said, this mod is not finished, so you gotta expect some bullshit. Yeah, so these guys don't have a culture for some reason, but I think they're supposed to have the Ionic culture, because we are Ionic as well, because you know, we are descendants of these guys. I think these guys also founded some of the other Greek states you can find around here, but I know also in the histories that we also, as a, like, despite being a colony, we also went ahead and or Massalia, that is, went ahead and colonized some places on its own. It's kind of like how Carthage was a colony from Phoenicia, and but they eventually started colonizing on their own as well. I think we got Nicaea. I think that might be Nice. You know, the modern day French city, previously Italian city of Nice. Nice might, I don't know, it sounds very, would be a bit random if that was completely random, but I know there's a lot of these like Greek cities here are modern day cities still, so. But let's not talk too much history, let's actually get into the game and do whatever I was actually about to do, which was making my rivals. So we're going to establish the Vediansi as a rival. And I don't really want any other rivals than that. I mean, because I don't think... Yeah, I can't see any of these other dudes. So I can't really align my rival ships or whatever with any of these others. Also, I read about how these guys were like super big traders. Like they traded with fucking Britain and shit. And I think I read about how they had like one explorer who went all the way to Norway. It seems a bit far-fetched, but he definitely went to England. So I don't know if he actually went to Norway, but like Masalia was a fucking big deal, man. Or yeah, to some extent at least. So why exactly we know nothing about this land up here, I don't know. Maybe it's too early in history for us to know about shit. That might be the case. I don't know. It might just be that the mod developer honestly just didn't think about it. That happens too. Because as we have noticed, indeed, this is a bit of a buggy mod. So, who else would I want to rival? I guess we're gonna look on the Diplo map mod to see who hates us already. fuckers over here don't like me for some reason. Guess we can make enemies with them. Yeah, there's a Greek state over here as well, so maybe rivaling this dude and allying up with this guy and fucking him in the butt. That could be useful. You know, that if we can ally, yeah, we can ally Corsica. He's called Corsica. Yeah, he's called Corsica. So ally Corsica, or rival Corsica, I mean. Maybe we'll just save the last one, or maybe we'll do Baleares. Aren't these the Baleares Islands? Why are they over here? I don't know. I think maybe the culture is related or something. I don't know. Let's get into some decisions because we have a pop-up for it. So a lot of these decisions are not, you know, actually decisions. They're just the way mods in EU4 like to implement new mechanics. So we got a couple of my new mechanics. We got food, which is the thing. We gotta secure enough food. I think there's gonna be like we can click on the button. We can see that we have 100 food. So I think that's just what you start with. We also have, well, we have no slaves, but we can get slaves by conquering provinces and through events. You can buy slaves through events and shit, so that is a thing. If we go, yeah, here it is, food production. This is really cool as well. I feel like this is really well modded. The fact you get this actual pop-up here looks really well made. So we got food consumption. That's another thing I read though. I feel like someone said that the game is really unbalanced. So like regardless of how much food you conquer and produce, you still won't be able to get enough food for your army. So yeah, it might be a bit derpy, but that's what I read anyways. But you know, this series will not necessarily go that long if it shows itself that the mod is completely derpy. But that we will wait and see. So basically the way it works is that provinces that produces goods that are edible will have their goods produced modifier timed by 20, and that's how much food you get. And then each regiment of your army, each state in each state province will produce extra or consume extra food, and during winter it will get even more. Oh Jesus, it's 1.0 per development. That's quite a lot. Jesus. Okay. Because yeah, I think we have some food. We have what? Yeah, we got some grain over here in Tello Martius. We got some grain. We got 0.9 goods produced. So time that by 20. That would be 18, right? 18 food. So we have 18 food. That's one thing I wish they had, like a decision you can click that would tell you like how much food you have, how much do you need, like how much you're going to lose. Are you gaining food? Are you losing food? Because we might have to export. Like it can be a bit. I study math this year, so I'm kind of tired and sick of doing math. Like I don't want to do math in my video games. Well, maybe if I don't want to do math in my video games, I shouldn't be playing EU4. But oh well. Point is, we need to keep an eye on that so that we can either exporting food to get less unrest, or import food in an effort to. Oh, actually, okay. So you gain less unrest by importing. But you get other, well actually yeah, I mean 5% trade efficiency compared to 1 unrest. I mean spy defense is useless, so maybe we should just import food all the time. I think we should do that. Yeah, fuck it, let's import food. Why not? Like the bonuses you get are cool, so why wouldn't you import food? Yeah, maybe some balancing is needed here, but I don't know. Maybe you gain some money from exporting food as well. Through event or something, I don't know. Policies have been changed. They're no longer, you know, your traditional policies. Instead, it's just like pre-made stuff here, so you can choose different. Essentially, you can just pay monarch points to get bonuses. So, if you want your army to be a bit stronger for a short period of time, you can choose this thing. So it might be useful when fighting, well, enemies, or if you have a lot of shit to convert, you can do culture focus, and it's very neat. Another new mechanic is the army types. So you have 3 different types of armies that each give you different sort of bonuses. You got the tribal armies, which give you extra force limit, and yeah, that's an alarm. Let's ignore that. So yeah, they have they get cheap armies, big armies. And that makes a difference. Like it's actually really fucking powerful. They get like they have 10,000 right now, which is more than double what we have, despite us having similar amounts of provinces, and they can get even more. Like, we can recruit 4 more units to get 8,000. They can recruit like 4 more units as well, so it's nasty. Then there's militia army, which is a kind of thing in between, and then there's citizen army, which is what we have, which is a thing where I guess only free citizens can join the army. It's a very strong army type, but it will give you 1 less accepted cultures. Basically what that means is that we are currently unable to promote any cultures. We have to take ideas and decisions and shit in order to be able to promote cultures. I guess it's meant to simulate the fact that we only sort of accept free Greek men into our armies, and we do not accept filthy Celts into our army, but we can do stuff about that. We can change that. We can incorporate the Celts later on. It does also hurt our overall manpower and force limit as well. So that's why we have so few troops compared to these guys. So I don't know. We have 15 more discipline and 50 more morale than they do. So it'll be interesting to see how much of a difference that will make. In my test run, it obviously made a difference, but it wasn't nowhere near enough, because they had like fucking 40-something thousand troops, and they just fucking stomped me. That was obviously an alliance, not just this one tribe, but yeah, the game is a bit mental sometimes in this mod. We can unite Hellas, but in order to do that, we need to like actually own land in Greece. So I don't think we're gonna do that. We can become a monarchy, which I definitely want to do because it gives us extra discipline and diplomatic relations and autonomy. It's just good. So we basically need to boost our legitimacy. Guess we need to go get royal marriages and shit. Try and boost that. Maybe there's an advisor or something that gives you that. I don't know. We're not going to focus on that right now, though. We don't really have the money to do anything. Oh god, we have no useful military advisor. That might be really bad, because useful military advisors are really useful, obviously. There's also a bunch of new buildings. We can build a lot of cool shit. We actually need to build certain buildings for decisions. Like, we need to build a shrine in the capital in order to establish a priesthood, so that we get more conversion efficiency thing. So that's cool. But yeah, the beginning of the game in this mod is actually really slow. Like, nothing actually happens in the first years, because hilariously enough, the way it works is that you don't actually unlock the fuck is it called? Yeah, you don't unlock the ability to fabricate claims until level 2 technology. So until you actually tech up, you can't do shit. You can't fabricate anything. I mean, you can invade your rivals with the rival CB, but by doing that, you can't actually take any territory. So I don't really feel like wasting my manpower on something that's going to be a loss for my nation, I guess. Like, you don't earn enough from loot in order to justify the invasion. So let's actually turn off these things, just so I don't get the pop-up without it being actually important. And obviously there's a bunch of other stuff, you know, rams for our ship, prefectures, but we'll get into that later, I think. We have Nicaea. Oh yeah, that's right. We need to decide who of these Greek allies of ours will we actually want to be bros with, and who do we would just want to say fuck off to. I think maybe we'll be friends with the ones that are close to us. So like these two guys, they could presumably be useful allies. They would also obviously be nice to conquer later on, but for now we really just need all the help we can get against the Vedinasi, which is, I think it just sort of has to be our first goal and our first target of invasion. Because these guys are our friends, and these provinces are uncolonized. Well, Massalia and Emporion. Who's Emporion actually? Are you Emporion? Yeah. No, we could totally defeat these two guys. Maybe I should focus on killing off these Greeks, because we can totally core it, and we can walk through here if we just commit a bit of genocide. So, let's actually. Well, first of all, we are going to ditch the alliance with the Kume people because they're too far away to do any difference. So I see no good reason to have an alliance with them. The reason I need to make a decision here is that we only have 3 diplomatic relationship slots, so we can't do everything we want. Oh god. Ione. Damn, do we... Do I want to have a certain naming thing? I usually have like a really fucking stupid naming tradition whenever I play EU4. Kronos? I don't know, there's no... I usually have this dumbass... this dumbass thing where I name the guys the same thing as their surname, so they're just called... like... Dunossi, but Dunossi is not a very funny surname, so guess we'll just go for this now. Could just, I don't know, find something cool. Cassandra? Or are you? Oh, you're a girl. I thought girls didn't get to do stuff in the ancient period. I mean, obviously, they did it anyways, but you know, I didn't know they actually got to be oligarch. Ooh, Cleopatra. Yeah, we're totally naming her that. Watch me misspell this. Cleopatra. Because, as we all know, Cleopatra is actually a Greek name. Because Cleopatra spoke Greek, but history people know that. It's only the plebs who do not know that, Nis. Maybe that's what we're going to do. We're just going to name all our people after famous Greek people. So the next one is going to be Alexander and so on. Maybe that's what I'll do, I don't know. Yeah, I accidentally misclicked. I wanted to keep the alliance with this guy and ditch this guy, but it ended up being the opposite, so the current situation looks like this now. Wait, why are we not allied to you? Shouldn't we be... Oh, we are allied to you. Oh, okay, yeah, so this is how the alliance looks. Oh, fuck, this means I have a royal marriage with this guy. Whoops. Okay, oh, campaign is up to a good start. Fuck, should we... Fuck, can we get the... Did I marry this guy as well? Oh, I did. You won't ally me anymore now. No! I'll have to try and get that alliance back. Because he... Yeah, oh, that was a mistake. Oh well. Fuck, we're gonna be 2 over the limit now. And our dude is shit in diplomacy. Yeah, this is actually really bad. We need to focus on diplomacy, actually. Because we need diplomacy, because diplomacy is the thing that gives you the ability to fabricate claims. And we definitely need that. Alright, we got our first slave event. So we can allow people, or yeah, allow them to sell the slaves. So essentially we're buying 1,000 slaves. So we're going to do that. It increases the revolt risk, because, you know, slaves don't want to be slaves. Right? Fuck, was that in... Ah, they're in this province, okay. But they still don't want to revolt? They don't, actually. Legitimacy... Oh, neat. I don't have to put troops there. So that worked out. So now this province has trade with slaves, which lasts for only 2 years, but it does give you some neat bonuses, so... Yeah, we're going to gain a slight bonus to our income. Let's also reduce army maintenance because I want money. We also need to put our trader in the trade node. Yeah, we don't really stand too well in a position to trade because, like, Carthage is the good trade node. That's where all the trade goes to. So, I mean, we're actually competing decently with Carthage right now. Carthage does not have that big of an empire at this point, I guess. But it would definitely be a priority to invade into Carthago Nova, and just take their trade from them. And also just in general boost our power in this region, taking estuaries and shit. Yeah, we need to take this, all of it. We must dominate the Masalia trade node. I mean, it's even named after us, so it would be mad as not to do that. Masalia prospers, it does. Oh yeah, that's right, we have estates. We only have 1 estate though, so don't know if that's a bug as well. Should we try and click the citizens, see if that spawns the citizens' estates? Nope, didn't actually do that. Fuck, is that a bug? I am a bit worried that the game is broken beyond repair here. Cause aren't you supposed to have a... There's some cool decisions here though. But I'm gonna quickly go Google and see if you're supposed to have more than one estate. Maybe the reason is that we do... no, there's currently no estates. Okay, so we do have a citizen's estate. So it's there. Let me quickly check if it spawns if I give it to them. Alright, so I tested it, and giving a province to the estate does indeed spawn it. So I'm not going to do that right now, but it means that, you know, we can fix... Like, I'm not sure if this is a bug or not. This might be a part of the game, that your estates just don't show up if they don't have any purpose to exist or whatever. So for now, we will just deal with that as it is. But I think it's actually about time we end the episode. Sorry for the fact that this episode was really nothing. It was just me talking and ranting and memeing about. So that's a thing. But we'll definitely get some stuff happening in the next episode. Sabasi. Who is that? Who that? That's this guy. Ooh, so he's all the way over here. Maybe... Ooh, Iguani are fucking... are friendly and shit. Let's try and ally them as well. We are going to go so far over our limit. Might actually have to spend some admin on killing this royal marriage that I got here. I really shouldn't have married this guy as well. That was really dumb actually. If I want to be really lazy, I'll just restart the campaign in between episodes to fix my mistakes. I might actually do that. I don't know. You will see next episode what I chose to do. Yeah, quickly before I go, I wanted to talk a bit more, because that's what I do. Wanted to talk a bit about the plans that I have for this campaign. My idea for this campaign is sort of that I want to become a sort of Hellenistic kingdom in the West, rather than the traditional Eastern Hellenistic kingdoms like the Seleucids and the Egyptians. Because one really cool feature about the Greeks in the game is that the Olympoi religion allows you to have a syncretic faith. And essentially, if you you border, say, yeah, we border the Celts, so we can adapt the Celtic as a syncretic faith. The bonuses you get from syncretic religions seem to be not that good in this mod, but the main purpose of it is that it allows you to have people of different religions and not have revolts. If we combine that with the syncretic religion ideas, we can gain, well, by default we gain tolerance of heretics, and we get the integrate new cultures, which allows us to promote cultures, so we get them as accepted cultures. So we're essentially going to become sort of kind of like the Ptolemaic Egyptians, or the Greeks that ruled down in Egypt. What is going on over here? Egypt, why are your provinces like this? No idea. Oh yeah, we're on the religious map. Derp. So in the way that they sort of adopted, like they were Greeks or Macedonians, strictly speaking, who spoke Greek and whatever, but they did sort of adopt certain local customs and religious gods and shit like that. So I thought it would be kind of fun if we could do the same thing, except in the West and with the Celts, and maybe eventually also with the Iberians. It depends entirely on how we expand and stuff like that. So that's the idea for the campaign anyway, so hopefully you're looking forward to that. Hopefully the mod doesn't crash and die and burn, and hopefully Pompeii will one day get their ideas back, and this guy will get his culture. But other than that, all I have to say is thanks so much for watching this episode, and until next time, bye.